Welcome back, crypto friends. Graham Stone here with this week's Cryptoverse highlights, and what a week. From AI chaos tanking the markets, Bitcoin gearing up for new highs, and Trump's crypto push, to Binance, Coinbase, Kucoin, and Elon news, plus game-changing innovation and partnerships from Virtuals, Sony's Sonium, and Moonbeam, just to name a few. Let's dive right in. Deepseek, a Chinese AI startup, sent shockwaves through the global markets this week with its ultra-cheap, high-performance, large language model. The 671 billion parameter Deepseek V3, reportedly developed for just $5.6 million, meets performance benchmarks comparable to top players in the space who have spent billions developing their models. Inference costs, or the amount of processing power / money you need to interact with the model, are also 90% less than competitors. This apparent step function change in what it takes to develop and use large language models forced the market to rethink the valuation of both chip manufacturers like Nvidia and the so-called hyperscaler cloud computing providers like AWS and Microsoft Azure. Nvidia spearheaded the crash, dropping 17% of its market cap in a day, which is equivalent to the entire yearly GDP of Norway. As panic gripped risk-on tech investors, the crypto markets predictably crashed as well, with many tokens shedding a comparable percentage of their market cap as Nvidia. Notably, Bitcoin itself was not down as bad as Nvidia. It dropped just 7% from about 105 to 97,000 before rebounding back above 100. At the time of recording, here on Thursday morning, Bitcoin is sitting at over $103,000, while Nvidia has not significantly recovered. Following this week's crash, Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, warns of the biggest stock market crash in history hitting in February 2025. He's predicting a massive Bitcoin surge as investors flee traditional markets. And he urges people to buy Bitcoin now before prices skyrocket, calling it the ultimate safe haven alongside gold and silver. Kiyosaki, a longtime Bitcoin bull, recently forecasted Bitcoin hitting $250,000 this year, citing institutional adoption and pro-crypto policies under President Trump. And President Donald Trump has reportedly pledged 100% support for Bitcoin, vowing to elevate it to new heights and outcompete China. Crypto policy aide David Bailey confirmed Trump's commitment, highlighting his pro-crypto pivot from skepticism to embracing BTC as a national asset. With plans for a U.S. Bitcoin stockpile, regulatory support, and a dedicated crypto czar, Trump's stance is already fueling bullish sentiment, pushing Bitcoin past $109,000 per coin ahead of his inauguration. Binance CEO Richard Teng agrees, predicting Bitcoin will continue to outperform in 2025, citing pro-crypto policies under President Trump and the shifting U.S. regulatory landscape. He pointed to Trump's executive order on digital finance, the SEC's crypto-friendly leadership shift, and growing legislative support for crypto as key factors. With a strategic U.S. Bitcoin reserve on the table, Teng sees 2025 as the year for Bitcoin's next big surge. Also, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong predicts Bitcoin will soar into the millions, citing institutional adoption, ETF inflows, and pro-crypto U.S. policies. He believes clear legislation and a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve could push global adoption, likening BTC to a new gold standard. Armstrong slammed past regulatory hurdles, but sees Trump's administration as a fresh start for the crypto industry. The big push now? Getting U.S. crypto laws in place. Speaking of millions, Coinbase is drowning in token listing requests, with CEO Brian Armstrong revealing the exchange is hit with 1 million submissions per week. With just 273 assets currently listed, Coinbase's digital asset listing group is struggling to keep up, especially as AI-generated meme coins flood the market. Armstrong is calling for a listing process overhaul, suggesting a block list approach instead of an allow list, and using customer reviews and automated scans to filter projects. However, regulators may not be on board, leaving Coinbase in a tough spot as demand skyrockets. Crypto exchange Kucoin has pleaded guilty to operating an unlicensed money transmitting business, agreeing to pay almost $300 million in penalties and exit the U.S. market for at least 2 years. The Department of Justice exposed billions in illicit transactions, linking Kucoin to darknet crimes, ransomware, and fraud. Founders Chun Gan and Kei Tang have been banned from management, and the exchange must forfeit $185 million. While Kucoin claims this settlement brings clarity, its compliance features have clearly cost it big time. Ripple is making big moves in institutional finance, teaming up with Ondo Finance to bring tokenized US treasuries to the XRP ledger, XRPL. Backed by BlackRock's Buildle Fund, these Ondo short-term US government treasuries offer instant minting and redemption using Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin. With 24/7 settlement, institutional-grade security, and compliance-first infrastructure, XRPL is positioning itself as a powerhouse for tokenized assets. This could be a game changer for on-chain treasury management. Elon Musk just announced X is partnering with Visa to form the X Money account, integrating instant payments, debit card linking, and seamless transfers. This is a major step towards Musk's Everything app vision, which hopes to turn X into a powerhouse like WeChat. With regulatory approvals already in place, X is primed to reshape how we handle digital transactions. And according to CEO Linda Yaccarino, this is just the beginning. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, is reportedly exploring blockchain adoption to modernize federal operations. The initiative aims to increase transparency in federal spending, building management, and payments, with DOGE engaging blockchain providers to assess potential use cases. While details remain scarce, the move aligns with Musk's push to streamline government processes. Over to Latin America, Argentina and Mexico are leading the way in crypto adoption, ranking 15th and 14th globally, according to Chainalysis. Economic instability is a key driver, with stablecoins providing a lifeline for savings and cross-border payments. Meanwhile, Chile is pushing for pro-Bitcoin regulations, but its central bank remains hesitant. Latin America's crypto scene is evolving fast, with new policies in the US potentially shaping future growth. Hive Digital is making a massive move in Bitcoin mining, acquiring Bitfarm's 200 megawatt hydro-powered site in Paraguay for $56 million. This expansion greatly increases Hive's global capacity, with hydro-cooled ASIC miners boosting efficiency. With a separate 100 megawatt project also in the works, Hive is doubling down on sustainable mining while scaling up big time. Switching gears, and Virtual's protocol, a co-ownership layer for AI agents in gaming and entertainment, is making big moves, expanding to Solana to leverage its speed and scalability. The integration introduces the Meteora pool for new trading opportunities, plus a strategic SOL reserve, funneling 1% of fees into SOL rewards. The team also launched a venture partnership model with 42,000 virtual tokens in grants for developers on Base and Solana. Plus, an AI hackathon with the Solana Foundation is set for March, fostering innovation across both ecosystems. With AI-powered agents and cross-chain ambitions, Virtuals is ramping up its decentralized game. Speaking of AI, Shapeshift Exchange founder Eric Voorhees' Venice.ai just dropped VVV, a token aimed at decentralizing AI while fighting censorship and surveillance. Stakers of VVV get access to Venice's AI API, no per-request fees, no stored data, and no identity checks. Half of the $100 million supply was airdropped, with staking tied to AI compute. With 450,000 users and 15,000 hourly inference requests, Venice is pushing for unrestricted, privacy-focused AI. Claim your airdrop before March 13th. Symbiotic just launched its feature-complete restaking protocol on Ethereum, bringing permissionless shared security with full slashing capabilities. Over 40 projects, including Avail and Athena, are integrating, while 13 more plan mainnet developments soon. Supporting multiple assets and boasting $2.3 billion in total value locked, the protocol enables networks to restake assets while maintaining security control. With 5 audits and a modular design, Symbiotic aims to redefine cross-chain security and boost decentralization. Securitize just teamed up with Wormhole to bring institutional tokenized assets across multiple blockchains, boosting liquidity and accessibility. Now, funds like BlackRock's Buildle can move seamlessly between Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, and more. With over $1.5 billion in tokenized assets managed, Securitize is making big moves to bridge traditional finance with decentralized networks. Speaking of blockchains, Sony's blockchain Sonium is off to a strong start, hitting nearly 500,000 daily transactions just 2 weeks after launching its mainnet. With only 207,000 active addresses, engagement is high, signaling real user activity. A Sonium ecosystem rep noted that despite tough market conditions, the project is on track for mainstream adoption. Sony's Web3 push is gaining momentum. And for our final story of the week, we have an exciting announcement from Moonbeam. Moonbeam, a layer 1 blockchain which combines the easy-to-use tooling of Ethereum and the scalable, interoperable architecture of Polkadot, just dropped Data Haven, a decentralized storage solution for AI and Web3, in partnership with Eigenlayer. Targeting Ethereum L2 devs, it offers secure, censorship-resistant storage for AI models, decentralized physical infrastructure data, and tokenized real-world assets. With a dual-layer design and a pay-as-you-go model, Data Haven bridges storage and computation across blockchains. Moonbeam calls it a game-changer for data control and decentralization. And that's a wrap for this week. A wild week, setting the stage for an even wilder 2025. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Join our socials and stay tuned for more updates. See you next time.